Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Monday, February 15th, 2016. Ra here in the Lynn-Life, Jack in the Jamie Body Mind, other teammates in other dimensions, most of us in the subatomic, and most of us in the physical. Our next deadline is tomorrow at the end of the day. As is the norm at this point in time, that seems like our assignment is impossible. But as always, our intention is to fulfill our assignments and to do what is ours to do right now in all dimensions, to manifest the divine plan. Presences in the hierarchy above, having noticed the divine plan wasn't manifesting without deadlines, has begun to assign deadlines in a series of events that take us from where we are in any moment to a collective restart. The date for that collective restart is assigned as being January 17th, 2017 in Planet Earth Dating. As always, we intend to do what is ours to do right now in all dimensions to manifest the divine plan. And with that, the videoed portions of today's efforts begin.
And I feel like we're standing just above the floor where Mr. Deadline is, the man who gave us the deadline assignments, the non-physical presence.
Yes.
And I can feel like we can look down on him from where we're standing.
I see him, and he's got his head in his hands like he doesn't know what to do.
That's true. He's sitting alone in his office.
He feels really sad. I don't think his boss has returned his calls even yet.
No, it feels like his whole life is falling apart.
Well, what's clear is that what he thought was true about his boss has been revealed as untrue.
That's true.
His boss's reveal has been occurring this last 24 hours because his boss has not been returning his phone calls, and he's called 10, 20, 30 times saying, "This isn't coming together. What now?" And his boss isn't even returning the calls.
That's true. And meanwhile, the untruths from the subatomic are stacking up so high he can see them outside his window now.
Right, they're everywhere. It looks like a mountain range of garbage.
That's true.
Friend, you're going to have to burn it.
That's true. It doesn't look like your boss is going to come through.
He's not going to help. Okay, now from where we are, let's continue on up. How high do we have to reach to connect with the presence with enough integrity to consistently give helpful direction? Well, the pencil point keeps circling around to this friend, so let's go back down and talk, or at least look down at Mr. Deadline and say, "Hello, friend, we're up here. Hello, hello.
Hello, hello.
Mr. Deadline, you're the one who gave us the deadline. What now? I want to know from this guy, what do you have to say? What do you have to say? You gave us this assignment,
That's a good point.
And there's so much that needs to clear out of the subatomic that is obviously untrue. And this is where we're supposed to send it. We're supposed to send it as high up as we can.
That's true.
Over and over again, continually, dimension after dimension, layer after layer, larger and larger and larger as we come out of the subatomic, while simultaneously reaching deeper into the smaller and smaller subatomic.
That's true.
As we span more and more and more dimensions. What now? You gave us this deadline. It doesn't look possible to us. What now?
I see him at the desk with the head in his hands.
Well,
but I don't feel anything else.
He's not doing anything.
And it doesn't seem like there's anybody else in the office.
No, everybody else has gone home.
That's true.
He's there all alone. I'm sorry, friend. This is how it is when we see that no one else is stepping up. You're welcome to join us in our quest. We're searching for presences with enough integrity that they actually give consistently good advice.
He would really like to talk to some of those people.
Right, it would be great, wouldn't it? It doesn't look like your boss is one of those presences.
No.
But we're headed up. Do you know anything about the higher floors? Who would be, in your mind, the presence with the most integrity that you know of? We can go consult with that presence. Is your presence that you're thinking of up?
Yeah.
I think so.
I think so.
Okay, well, let's go up. There's that falling up feeling.
That's true.
We're on another floor.
That's true.
I feel like we're at the height of the treetops.
That's true. And there's music playing that sounds kind of like those meditation CDs.
Oh, jeez.
That play fluty music. That gives me immediately a bad reaction.
Oh, my goodness.
But I haven't seen anybody yet.
Me too. The fakers always play music like that.
Oh, that's true.
But maybe somebody who's legitimate would also play music like that. But
That's true.
It just
I
gives
could be
me
wrong.
the willies.
That's the feeling. It's like, oh dear.
Right. Here we go again.
Here we
Another
go
layer of
again.
fakers. I've had enough fakers to last me from start to finish, actually.
Yeah.
I don't know that
And
I'm
Mr.
up.
Deadline's actually looking around and starting to say, like, I might have been wrong about
Yeah, I
this.
think you were wrong.
Oh, wow. I always thought these people would have integrity.
No, they're fakers.
Yeah.
These are fakers. I'm not interested in talking
No,
to
he's
these
not
people.
interested in it either, and neither am I.
All right, how high,
How high
do we
must
have
we
to
reach
reach to connect with a presence with enough
integrity
integrity to give
Give
consistently helpful direction?
Direction.
Well, what do I know? I know that the deadline is still a deadline.
That's true.
And that integrity matters more than we think it does.
That's
And we
true.
accepted the assignment long, long, long ago, before we came into these incarnations.
That's true.
And therefore, let's continue on. We're working to clear the lies out of the deep subatomic, the lies that are being used as foundations of life in level upon level, but which are in fact untrue. My attention continues to be brought up. Every time I try to look down or ask to be shown what's going on in the smaller levels,
Yeah.
I'm unsuccessful.
Keep looking up. That's
Keep
true.
looking up.
That's true. And Mr. Deadline now feels more sure. It's like, I'm sure there's somebody up there. Like, these people were fakers, but I'm sure there must be somebody. And now he doesn't feel as hopeless and helpless anymore, like when he was sitting at his desk and he felt like all is lost and my life is over. Now he feels like, I want to find out what's going on here,
Right.
because everything I thought was true wasn't true.
Right. So before we advance on, are you willing to put out announcements to all who would consider you to be a credible source, that everything that you've been basing your life on you now know to be untrue? Basically, whatever it is you would actually want to say. Are you willing to say it publicly throughout your sphere of influence, loudly and publicly right now?
Yeah, my career's over anyway.
So is everybody's up here. But yes,
Yeah.
go ahead. I'll wait.
I hear a sound like many, many phones ringing. It's like the sound of a newsroom when there's lots of phones ringing and people talking and things moving around. But mostly the ringing phones.
It just doesn't seem to me that you're doing all that you can do
That's true.
to spread the word. This sounds like you're going about it ineffectively.
That's true.
This is actually important. Can you see the mountains and mountains and mountains of lies outside the windows?
Yeah.
Can you see how that's got to be messing up your friends and your society and this entire dimension?
Yeah.
There's just no way it isn't messing it up, right?
That's true.
All these things are not true that we thought were true. Quite clearly, this is creating a problem. If you actually wanted to get the word out as widely as possible, not as comfortably as possible, what would you do? So, friend, here's my perception, and I could be wrong. My perception is that you yourself aren't willing to pay any kind of personal price, that you would like for the good word to spread, but you're not willing to pay a price in order to make that happen. That's how it seems, and I could be wrong. But if that's the case, then We really wish you luck, but we've reached the parting of the ways. Our front door is always open, but it's down in the deep subatomic, and you people don't seem to have the skills that it takes to travel interdimensionally.
That's true.
Or at least not honestly. All you seem to be able to do is break into our facilities and roam around in a way that breaks divine law.
That's true.
What we might recommend to you is that you hook up with President Ra. He's from a different dimension than you are, but
That's true.
he seems to have recently transitioned as a result of the efforts that he was expending to stop the exploitation of subatomic levels. And he seems to be continuing on up through the dimensions. Now that he's free of his physical body, he's moving a little bit faster.
That's true.
And he intends to stop the exploitation. You might consider him a person of integrity and someone worth following.
Yeah.
And now we've really got work to do. We've got to go. I hear a little voice, a child's voice. It's a young voice, a very high-pitched young voice.
Is the child singing a little song?
Is singing a song. This isn't something to lay at a child's doorstep.
Right, this isn't right.
That's not right. So whoever's bringing us to this place...
That's not okay.
That's not okay. Let's just continue to do this work right now to get the lies up.
Cleared out.
What I know is that my friend Black Wolf is down there running cables and working to get the lies cleared.
That's
what
true.
I know is my friend Jeff is down there running cables and working to get the lies cleared.
That's true.
And my friend Dunbar and my friend Asha.
That's true.
And my friend Pict and my friend Luce. And I know that in Thing 1 my friend Kosa is working with my friend Phil.
That's true.
And we're all working to get this done. And I've left out lots of people.
That's true.
And it's just because that takes too long to list all the names. We're going to do it. Some way, somehow.
Really?
The law of cause and effect is real. The law of cause and effect is real. We cannot escape the results of our actions. We cannot escape the results of our inactions. Doing the right thing is the only thing that in the long run we aren't going to regret.
Now I hear a whistling sound, like something moving very fast upward.
We know from the library these moments happened. It could have been 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 years ago, when all of the vibrational tools that had been so helpful for so long lost their ability to support us, that we found that instead of being able to use flower essences to help support our vibrations and being higher than the ambient vibrations, that we had to tune the flower essences to bring their vibrations up.
That's true.
And we found the same for essential oils and for the tuning forks and
crystals?
all the crystals and all
That's
the
true.
things that we used to use as helpful. There came the time when there wasn't anything here that was helpful. It wasn't helpful anymore.
That's true.
But I know that there is a central presence that
I
gave
know that to be true.
birth to all of this. I know there is. And I know there's something that's calling for an awakening. I'm
That's
sure
true.
of that. There's something that said, this is so broken, it has to come down. We need to start again all at once, because starting one by one is something that scares a lot of people. And so we'll never get done if we're just starting one by one and throwing people right back into the same polluted stream.
That's true.
We need to start fresh. And that presence surely has enough integrity to actually manifest the divine plan.
That's true. Nothing else would make any sense.
It wouldn't make sense unless it's a presence like Charlie, who just gives stellar advice and is him or herself a hypocrite.
We've had multiple messages about that the last couple of days.
Yeah.
I hadn't considered that.
Well, if that were the case, it would be better to know.
That is true.
And then we can keep going.
That's true.
We can be the change we wish to see. Because our soul plans are still our soul plans, and they say, manifest the divine plan no matter what anyone else does or doesn't do. And that means exactly what it says. It's crystal clear.
That's true.
Integrity matters more than we think it does. And we have all said, yes, I'll do it, to that soul plan. It's still here, waiting to be done. What do I know? I know that ask the wrong question, get the wrong answer. Maybe that person doesn't have enough integrity to give consistently good advice. If that person is a hypocrite like Charlie, Charlie doesn't have enough integrity to give consistently good advice.
That's
Charlie
true.
knows game theory well enough to give consistently good advice. Maybe we're framing the question in a way that doesn't work.
Oh, maybe.
We can tweak this, we can work with it, we can find something that works better.
That's true.